Yeah, hello and welcome to another episode of City Connect by Engineers Worldwide. We're always excited to unveil greatness in our platform. Today I have a very good gentleman here today, Mr. Nitin. Am I correct?
Yes.
Welcome to the section.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
How are you feeling today?
Oh, perfect.
You're having a good time?
Can't be better. Yeah, of course.
It's good to have you back in Dubai, right?
Yes, thank you very much.
Great, nice to have you. So let's start by asking about yourself. Could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. Started off my career way back in 1996 in India, working with prominent newspapers as a journalist. I used to cover media and entertainment, largely dealing with celebrities and dealing with musicians in particular, covering beats of music, entertainment, movies, Bollywood, and the jazz. Right? I did that for about 6 years, and thereafter started off my entrepreneurial journey in 2001, where I established my own PR agency. And again, the whole focus was on media and entertainment, celebrity management, and dealing with movies and film personalities and so on and so forth. And that was early days in my career, because I was alone, I was single, I was experimenting with a lot of things, and suddenly
you had time.
We had time, and suddenly suddenly I was exposed to this whole mad world of digital entertainment. 2004, 2005 was the time when everybody started talking about digital, and these things like Facebook and Instagram had not yet come there, but it was just about a start. And everyone at my age, in their 20s, were trying to kind of figure out what is this new thing, what is this whole social media thing that's coming up. Everybody used to talk about content, right? That content is going to be changing, and nobody's going to actually watch content on television, and movies, cinemas would die, and there were all kinds of theories that were floating around in the market in those days. So I got quite intrigued with that, and I said, okay, let me jump into it and see what it was. So I actually shut off my company, and which a lot of people, by the way, did not like. But I have no regrets. I think I did the right thing, because I wanted to learn something about digital marketing and digital media. Got into it and got 2 excellent years of exposure into content in terms of various formats. I started working with telecom operators, converting traditional content. I was exposed to a fantastic opportunity in licensing and merchandising. I had no clue as to what it was. I'd never heard about it. But it just so happened that I had the right mentor at the right time, and she was very insistent and adamant that I should consider licensing as a business opportunity. So I landed on the doors of Star TV with the 20th Century Fox Consumer Products department, and met this wonderful lady who changed my life completely, because she introduced me to this world of licensing and merchandising. And
sorry to cut you short. Like, when you talk about licensing, what do you mean about that? Can you elaborate for our audience to understand what it means? Because it looks big in words, but
it looks big in word, but I think
there's a bigger picture behind it.
I think this is one industry that has touched everyone's life at some stage or the other. Whether it is somebody who is currently in their 50s, 60s, 70s, or somebody who is in their midlife, or even younger generation for that matter, and kids even today, we all have been touched upon by someone like Disney, for example. By comics. And what is Disney doing? I mean, Disney is doing nothing but licensing. So they create content, and then they license that content out to other people to develop products, to develop services, to develop promotions, which then eventually touch or provide that extra engagement, or provide that extra experience to the audience who loves those characters. I'm sure you've had several times in your life you've kind of worn t-shirts of Mickey or Donald or Batman or Spider-Man, Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America. At some stage or the other, we all have experienced that.
Correct.
Right?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, that's nothing but licensing.
Wow.
That's nothing but a simple thing where somebody creates an IP and then somebody else who's saying, for example, somebody who manufactures t-shirts or bags or stationery or toys or even F&B, could be juices, could be health drinks, could be any kind of chocolates for that matter. All these products basically use the popularity of these characters in their product, on their packaging, and then try and reach out to their customers with their products, and that's nothing but licensing.
Oh, wow.
And this industry has existed for ages, for decades now, but it's very unfortunate that there's no course. Even now in the world, there's no university course that actually teaches you licensing. It's part of the larger brand management study, but licensing and merchandising is actually a very niche aspect or niche career opportunity that exists. When I got introduced to it about 16 years ago, I got completely fascinated with what this industry had to offer, what kind of opportunities that it had to offer. What was so brilliant was that I could take a character which I loved and create a business opportunity out of that. And I've been fortunate to have worked on brands like Simpsons, Ice Age, Avatar, Alvin and Chipmunks, Channel V, ESPN, Star Sports, Star Plus, where we did a lot of domestic content for Star Plus India, and thereafter for the last 11 years I was the regional director for a Japanese enterprise.
Great.
Where I was managing brands like Doraemon, Crayon Shinshan, working on brands like Captain Tsubasa, which is quite popular in this region as well, and again worked on brands like Archie's, Garfield, Fox, Hallmark, and a whole bunch of them.
Nice.
And that's basically exciting from a perspective of a new career opportunity.
But back then it was more like a passion that you were trying to explore, not like it was a solution to a demand or something like this.
I think I just got exposed to it, and I just went with the flow. Right? I mean, I just went with the flow. I did not really take it up as a career on purpose. It wasn't that I went looking for it. It just came to me. And I'm a very big believer in this theory that the universe has plans set for each one of us.
A gift for everyone.
A gift for everyone.
I agree.
We just have to go with the flow. We just have to kind of understand that there is a reason why certain things happen in our lives.
100%.
When people meet, there's it can't be just a coincidence that people meet. I mean, we met through a social platform, we met through a networking platform, and then eventually here we are talking like 2 great friends, telling each other about what we do and how we could enhance each other's businesses, careers, and what all we could do together as individuals.
Exactly.
So there is a reason why things happen in this world.
100%.
And when I was exposed to this whole new career opportunity way back in 2005, I just accepted it that yes, it's exciting. Let's just go with it and let's see.
Yeah, you're brave.
And
what the typical working day is for you as a person, as a businessman?
It's work from home at this point of time for most of us, and a typical working day would be a lot of Zoom calls, would be some of the meetings that we can now do in Dubai, one-to-one. But yeah, I do spend a lot of time with my kids, especially now they're here with me in Dubai. I love to cook, so I actually end up making a lot of food at home, which is fantastic. And yeah, I'm an explorer, so I kind of try to explore a lot of things, new things in the city. Since I moved to Dubai only earlier this year, full-time, as a resident, I'm yet to explore a lot of good parts about the city, which I would like to. But yeah, I mean, a typical working day is...
Because we should try to go sometime.
Absolutely.
If we are free, we're not working, we should try to.
Absolutely. We would definitely love to, and it's always good to meet new people, explore about cultures, explore
talking
new
about
food.
cultures. Yeah, let's talk about your culture. What is that one thing about your culture that you think people don't always talk about when they talk about your culture? You're from India.
The whole world knows about Indian food, Indian culture, Indian people. I think we're all over the place. Even in Africa, I think South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria.
They're beginning to make some comics about some comedy with Indian movies, the Indian movies.
Oh yeah,
you can tell like the whole Nehi Atta.
So there's a lot. I think our engagement with the world is quite strong.
Food,
of course, is the biggest connector.
Wow.
And I've always believed that food is something that connects people.
100%.
Because it's not just the taste, but the whole idea of people sitting together, having a conversation, having a good meal.
Yeah.
That's what forms very strong bonds. And I think Indian food has seeped into practically every part of the world. I mean, I've traveled the world over, and I've always gone and eaten at Indian restaurants or Asian restaurants, so to say, in any part of the world that I travel to. And it has been fascinating how people have tweaked even spices, even tastes, even curries or the biryanis as we know of.
My favorite is biryani.
Oh yeah, so the way you get biryanis in India, or you get it in Pakistan, or you get it, let's say, in Canada or UK or Africa are very different. But I think what connects people together is the fact that they can sit together and enjoy a good meal, and that is what is very fascinating about India. There's always something new to explore. It's a huge country. There are thousands of cultures. There are more than 5,000 languages and dialects we speak.
For the first time anybody is going to go to India, what food do you recommend the person to try?
The globally accepted food is butter chicken and biryanis, right? I mean, if you ask anybody, okay, so what do you enjoy in India? I mean, it's butter chicken and biryani. But that's because the world knows it in that fashion. But India is not about butter chicken and biryani. There are tons of vegetarian food which is available. There is a whole lot of variety of spices, variety of food that's available, right from the north, west, east, south. They say that practically every 5 kilometers in India you travel to, and the palate of the people changes, the taste of the people changes. So the same fish that you would eat on the west coast will be very different from what you eat on the east coast, and the south coast and the northern part of the country will treat it very differently. You will always be fascinated with that country because there is so much variety. Beautiful and so much stuff. Absolutely. So if you get an opportunity, I mean, you should definitely go visit it. There are lots of places to go and see, and you will be fascinated with that.
Nice, great. So for my food, I would like you to pronounce a food. It's called onubo soup.
Sorry?
Can you pronounce it?
I haven't heard about it. So it's not part of biryani.
So I'm about to teach you. I'm going to teach you. It's called onubo soup. Pronounce it.
Onubo soup.
Oh yeah, you try. Come on.
Okay.
100%.
I got it right.
You got it right.
That's not bad. But what is it made of?
It's a food. It's a soup.
You need to give me a recipe.
Yeah, I need to invite you over for.
Absolutely.
I
would love to do that.
Yeah.
I would 100%. Love to do that.
So that will be it for today. Like, so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Like, continue to do the good work that you're doing to human beings, and I know you have a great plan for humanity. You have a good heart for the people.
Thank you.
And we're wishing you good luck.
Thank you very much.
Wishing you good luck in your journeys ahead of you. And of course, if you have anybody interested in your business and your work, we're obviously going to give you a call and do the link up. But we're happy to have you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. Such a pleasure.
I'm very sure they are this interview is really, really valuable to someone out there, and they'll definitely have to reach out. So that